As the conflict enters its 8th year, the suffering of internally displaced people in Ma'rib aggravates. Qa'ed Saleh is one of those displaced people who has been crushed by the war and its atrocities.
Despite his old age, the war imposed on him displacement and the search for a safe shelter. Qa'ed Saleh, in his 70s, is one of the thousands of displaced people who sought refuge in Ma'rib. Today, he finds himself standing among hundreds of women and children, protesting the inaction of relief and humanitarian organizations towards their tragedy.
Our situation is really dire. We keep hearing about international aid agencies, but we've received nothing. No cash, no mattresses. Winter has aggravated our suffering. Heavy rains fall on our heads. We've no shelter. Aid agencies visit us, and once they take our names, they disappear. We never see them again.
Safe shelter, water, and food have become a far-fetched dream for displaced families in Al-Hadi camp, east of Ma'rib. Displaced women reveal that they are unable to keep warm under tents that cannot shelter them from frigid cold or blistering heat.
I have 3 kids and my husband is dead. We lack the basics of life. We have no mattresses, no blankets, nothing. We hear about international aid, but none of it has reached us. Our tents are shredded. We don't have access to gas, and our tarpaulins are in pieces. We have nothing to obscure us from the sun, and when it rains, we are direct targets. Humanitarian organizations have neglected us. They visit and they don't supply us with any aid.
Al-Hadi camp, located within the square of the International Organization for Migration, is an interventive measure by relief organizations that got neglected as time wore on, with people saying that the last food basket arrived more than a year ago. Despite repeated appeals from the people, organizations have failed to provide basic services and sustenance to the camp.
Husun Al-Hadi camp houses over 270 families, and it's split into 4 squares. We call upon international organizations to fulfill the camp's needs, from shelter, medical assistance, life necessities, and sewing supplies for women, so that they are able to patch up shredded fabrics.
Thousands of families are caught between a brutal war and a desperate need for survival, after the criteria for human aid distribution has baselessly shifted. Aid distribution has become a chaotic process, with needy people going without much-needed supplies.